one man, locked entirely to the wilderness. He will have to battle and beat some of RuneScape's toughest monsters. All of this in order to supply and upgrade his weaponry and armour in a fight for survival. In his quest to obtain every item, he is able to be attacked by any other player at all times. But who would take on such a fearsome challenge? I present to you, Wildanator. Previously, on the Wilderness Only Ironman series, we kicked ourselves through some Wilderness Slayer, continuing to collect Laren keys in search for those Dagon High Road pieces. We did some Venonatus and fended off some PKers, we collected some supply drops from her, and finally, we spent a lot of time around the Revenant caves as we need effort to power our crossbow, and we're still in search of the final wilderness weapon, the Vagora's Chainmace. Hello guys, and welcome to episode 36 of the Wilderness Only Ironman series. Firstly, apologies, this is the first upload in about 2 months. If you're an active part of the CC or Discord, you'll know why, but the short of it is, I've been busy in real life. That combined with feeling my content was becoming samey on the account, I took a small break, but we've been back properly for a little bit now. We've been focusing on all the boring stuff whilst I've been back and not recording, like restocking supplies and trying to get ourselves Revenant effer. So firstly, we're going to jump into a montage of clips I've grabbed over the break period. I'm buzzing to be recording clips again, and I hope you all enjoy the episode. We're starting off with the clip that you guys have been watching in the background throughout the intro, and this is a really weird one. The guy's putting out some really decent damage on me, probably gonna get me, he's doing really well, but then all of a sudden, just pop, completely logs out. We've been focusing killing the Revenant Orc recently, as it has been the easiest to escape from. Whilst up at the Revenant, you come into all sorts of PKs, the good, the bad, and the, well, frankly, damn right ugly. You know, some PKs, they try and attack you salad robes and all that sort of stuff. They're just realistically not going to get you. But this guy was pretty decent. I do like the fact that the Rev Caves is one-on-one, but often they do PK with a mate, and you can see in this clip, he's putting out some decent damage. I do manage to get the entangle on the guy and get out of the cave, but unfortunately he's got a mate waiting for me, and we're already pretty low on supplies. This guy looks pretty good. He's got the D crossbow, D claws, he's putting out some pretty decent damage. I try and get the entangle log underneath him, but unfortunately he picks mithril seeds. The mithril seeds are very good if you're PKing. Honestly, they do get me quite a lot. So at this point I'm just praying that I might be able to get some gap. Unfortunately I don't. He does get the entangle, so I'm kind of having to think very quickly here. Managed to get a very clutch entangle and hide behind the tree. He must be absolutely fuming, but I just thought that was a fantastic escape. Unfortunately, up at the Rev Caves, it's not always quite as good fun as just being able to tank the PK and get a cheeky escape. Unfortunately, some people just absolutely destroy you, and when they're hitting over your full HP, well, there's really not a lot you can do. We got some levels whilst up at the Revenant Caves, 91 hit points, 98 range, just one level from our first 99 on the account, and 92 HP, that's halfway to 99. We also made ourselves some decent coin, coming in with not one, but 2 500k emblems, a 4 mil emblem, which is absolutely huge amount of raw GP on the account. Oh, and then this popped in. A 16 million emblem, could not believe it. Most expensive emblem, and pretty much sets up 99 magic on the account. Or does it? So emblem money isn't safe until you've cashed them in and you're in the safe. We managed to cash in both 500k emblems. We also managed to cash in the 4 million emblem. Now, you might remember back to when I forgot on BH Worlds you sculled and we lost our Dagon High. Well, this is what happened when we tried to cash in our 16 million emblem. Absolutely nothing. We took our emblem, we cashed him in, and we got him out safe. Something people don't always realise when you're putting out this content is the sheer amount of time that it takes to set up supplies for these snippet highlight clips. So I've been prepping a lot of Spoils of War and LMS points. I know some people have been a bit iffy about the account being able to do Soul Wars, but as both Soul Wars and LMS are minigames accessible through our hub, the Ferox Enclave, I do allow them. I suppose that's the beauty of setting your own restrictions. Interestingly, there are only 2 drops in which we can get from Soul Wars which we can't already get elsewhere in the wilderness, and these are cabbages, which aren't exactly game breaking, in fact they have no use to us at all, and the Soul Wars pet, which is just an extra fun goal we can be working towards. I had 100 Spoils of War, which gave us a 25% chance at the pet, But, spoiler alert, we didn't get it unfortunately. Which is okay, as Soul Wars is something that's quite relaxing for me to do, and I don't have much of that sort of content playing exclusively to the wilderness. It allows us to collect decent supplies like raw fish for cooking XP, runes, gems for crafting, and also bolts so we can make gem-tipped bolts. What you can see on screen now is the loot we got from the 100 crates. Really nice haul, and over time we'll chip away at trying to get that Soul Wars pet, as it is one of the 6 pets that we can get within our restrictions. Our final bit of prep we've been doing is LMS. On screen are my LMS stats. We got ourselves over 500 points. For anyone that plays LMS and isn't a top geezer Bacardi Breezer super PKer, much like myself, you'll know that these points have taken me quite some time. But spending them is the best part, and we have completely restocked. We split it 100 points on Addy Arrows, 100 points on Quambwams, 150 points on Mantas, and 150 points on Super Restores. Thanks to those emblems, we now have a very pretty penny, very nice cash stack indeed, and pretty much all of this cash is going to be going on death runes. We're very close to hitting 99 range, about 700k away, so once we've hit that, pretty much most of our Slayer training is going to be through magic. And for that, we're going to need a whole load of death runes, because what we use is a Slayer Dart spell, and that uses deaths and mines. Unfortunately, we can't buy many per world up here, so this is going to take a super long time to spend this cash. So the likelihood is I'll just sort of progressively do it over time. Well, I obviously hate myself, because rather than do it in installments, I just did it in one foul swoop. I had 20k already in the bank, which meant I had to buy 80k. Only being able to buy 100 death runes and 400 mind runes per world, that took me just about 8 hours. I was buying about 10k per hour. So yeah, I've just been buying runes, chasing this guy around for the last 8 hours. This barrel, most annoying, because he often gets stuck here or here, and obviously I've got to run right the way around. So if you just want to remove that barrel, that'd be lovely. But really nice, we now have 100k death runes. I remember in the early stages when I bought 100k fire blasts, and I thought that was a lot of money. Well, we've pretty much dwindled most of our cash stack. We still have 5 mil left, which is really nice, but yeah, never did I think I'd see 100k cash in the accounts. That's so nice. We next headed to an all too familiar place, the Revenants. Revs will be a constant throughout the series, 1 because we still need the Vigora's Chain Mace and he's a pretty rare boy, and 2 even after the Vigoras we'll need to continue to slay endless amounts of Revs in order to power the weapons. In order to profit effort, we need to more or less pretty much never die at Revenants. After lots of testing, I've decided and found out that the Orc is absolutely my best way of staying alive. The effort we use for the bow is self-sustaining from the effort which we get from the Revenant drops. But to profit in effort, we need the bracelets of Ethereum, because each bracelet can be broken down into 250 ether. The reason we need to keep the deaths to an absolute minimum is the hefty cost of death to our effort. Each death costs us 1k to recharge the bow so it can be used. 500 ether is what I take for the ammo, so that's lost as well. Plus we lose the bracelet we are wearing and all of the ether in that. And finally we lose any bracelets that are in our looting bags. So as you can see, deaths are pretty costly. In all, it means that we're going to lose 2k plus ether, which works out about roughly 80 orc kills. I can kill roughly 80 orcs per hour, which means if I'm dying any more than hourly, Revs is pretty counterproductive, and actually I'm going to be losing ether overall. That was a whole load of information, I hope it made sense, but pretty much the long of it is, we can't die. Well, that was a very successful Revenant session. We did manage not to die at all, and some of those boys we encountered were decent PKs with some top gear. As much as I like to banter with the PKs, that really is all it is. Some of my switching was absolutely abysmal, and it could have easily gone their way at several points, but you will not hear me complain. If you cast your mind back many months ago, we still have the same spiders task that I had, so let's take some of our newly acquired effort and burn through it up at Venonatus. Antidote drop coming in, and they are absolutely huge for Scorpio, so whilst they might not be the best on normal account for money, they're absolutely ideal for me. Oh boys, it's been a while since I've seen one of those. Alaran's Key coming in. And with the kill of this big spider, that is going to be our Slayer task over. There was nothing too noticeable in those final 30 kills of the Slayer task, but it's just nice to be back at Venonatus and back on Wilder doing some bossing. After finishing up the task, we still had a few efforts, so we decided to go back up, use our last few effort, and get up to 250 KC. And straight from one boss task to another, 74 Scorpions, that's going to be some Scorpio. For those of you who don't remember, we are still searching for an Odium Shard from Scorpio. It's the final one. Once we get the Odium Shard from Scorpio, we can make our Odium Ward. With this kill, that's going to be kill number 256, which is the drop rate of a unique shard. A Dragon Scimitar, that's an item we haven't yet seen on the account, 276 KC for that one. Unfortunately, it's not one we could use. I'd absolutely love to be able to. Oh, I got a little bit excited then. It's a duplicate malediction. Oof, that's a little bit painful to see. 288, 34 left on the task though. You never know, we could snag that Odium. Yes, there it is, the Odium Shard. Yes. Oh, it's a new trip. That's just a few kills after the Malediction Shard. That's so good. We've actually completed Scorpio now. Honestly, didn't really expect that Odium Shard, but so happy that it came in. Let's go make this Odium Shield, and it's going to be really useful at Callisto. So yeah, cannot wait to pop this bad boy out. Within just restricted to the wilderness, range bonus can be really hard to come by. It's something we've struggled with throughout the whole series. We got a red D high body that has carried us through loads, and I'll come on to that, and obviously our amulet of power. But other than that, it's really difficult to get range armor that gives bonus, and with this Odium Ward, that now takes us from plus 56 to plus 108. So any activities where we're using the crossbow over the crossbow, things like Callisto, this is going to be so handy. So that's so nice to get. We've also completed now, as you can see, we've also completed Scorpio, which is really cool. Absolutely spoon that pet, but I'm not going to complain about that. And the Crazed Archaeologist is pretty crazy. Obviously, it's how we get our red D hide body, and we're actually ranked 13 on that now, just because we've been powering through him. Look at those amount of shards that we've got from the Crazy Arc, but that's absolutely crazy. I didn't expect to get anywhere near top page, never mind a rank 13. Jumping over to the goals, this is how we're looking. Nice increase on some of those boss KCs, but the biggie is that Odium Ward unlock. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It feels great to be back. Thanks to those of you that checked in. Please do join our Discord and clan chat if that's up your street. Details are in the description. We've got a great bunch of guys in both. I won't be leaving it months until next episode, but the break did show me that I don't really want to be pumping them out and lacking quality, so I'll be getting them out as soon as I feel like we have a quality video to deliver. I really do appreciate all of you guys, and if you'd be kind enough, please do drop it a like. It helps us grow. Let's see if we still have the viewers to hit 500 likes, and subscribe if you made it this far. And until next time guys, thank you very much, and goodbye.